Hey everyone, it's Alexis and Justin from Dynasty Preppers.
And today we just wanted to take a second to kind of talk about the elephant in the room we've been hearing lately ever since the election is I need to stop. I'm going to stop preparing.
Yeah.
And
new president, stop preparing.
yeah, so stay tuned after the jump and see our thoughts at that. All right, so something we've been seeing a lot of lately is people talking about how they don't need to be prepared anymore after the election. And we wanted to take a second and talk about that because I think that's, one, completely false. I think that...
And stupid. Oh my gosh.
Right.
Is the president going to save you from... So our biggest thing, right, is that we are prepared for like the things that are probably going to happen to you, right? Like...
prepare for the little things in life, and you'll be prepared
right?
for other things.
Right. Lost a job.
Right.
A sick kid.
I mean,
a
death
blizzard.
in the family, your loss of your primary provider, income. I mean, with all those little things that are very likely to happen.
Right.
I mean, we don't try to be the tinfoil hat preppers that say the sun's falling.
No, we're not. We're not like the zombies are coming.
Right.
But yeah,
it's prepare for the little things, and change in the presidency, one really isn't going to change anything overall. One person cannot fix everything that's wrong. And even if he does go in and fix most everything that's wrong with the economy and everything else like that, which probably won't happen.
Right.
It's not going to affect it when you lose your job.
Right.
And can't work anymore and can't find a job. That's not going to help you.
Right. Or when you get snowed in.
Right.
Or fire takes your house.
Hurricane. I mean, all the other things that are really likely to happen.
Right. I mean, you're much more likely for any of those things. And that's why we prepare. We are not so, of course, those things are in the back of our mind that, okay, some of these things could happen, right? And like collapse of society for a while or anything. Yeah, but...
Certain things are worse, and things like the economy. And I think everybody's, always a little fearful about that with the state of it right now. But... that shouldn't be your main driving force for being prepared. I think when you become a parent, you should have those thoughts of how do I protect my family? How do I take care of my family?
How do you feed your family?
Right.
The important things, if Justin were to lose his job, that would impact our family, right? So we stockpile food that we eat. We don't stockpile,
Don't have 25 years of shelf-stable food.
Right, no. Of course I'd like some of those things, and I think that there's a place for those things.
Right.
But starting off, or even just general things, is if everybody had 2 weeks of food or a month of food,
Even during a hurricane, if you had 3 days of water or a week's worth of water and food, I mean, the outcome is that you wouldn't see people standing in line for water from FEMA and other things like that.
Yeah.
So.
And that's our thing. We don't want to stand in a food line. We don't want to stand in a water line. We don't want to... So make sure that you keep preparing for those little things, Have an emergency fund for your money, have water for a few days, have food. If everybody did just even 3 days, which is the bare minimum to me, I would still feel totally unprepared if we had just 3 days. But if everybody did that, could you imagine, the outcomes of all these things that happen to everybody? That would be so much different. A
lot of things would be easier. And so I guess in short, we would just want to say you still should be prepared. I don't think there's any reason to stop being prepared.
No.
And one guy isn't going to fix everything. No.
Yeah, we don't believe that, of course nobody's going to fix it. And be prepared for the things, like I said, that are going to happen to you, that are going to happen to your family, the more likely things, like in medical preparedness or in medical anything, they say the norm is, the majority of what people are sick with, right? Like when you go to the doctor, they don't look for the uncommon, they look for the common.
Common things, which is 90% of the time something that's going to happen.
Right. So the common things that are going to happen to you are loss of job, natural disaster, somebody goes to the hospital, someone dies.
Someone died. I mean, all those things that you can still have preparations for, and it's not going to, the things like the president's aren't going to affect it. So
no.
But that's our 2 cents on it.
Right.
So definitely, I hope that maybe the new president will change things somewhat. Although I'm not hopeful.
Yeah.
I can hold my breath on that.
No.
But so in short, keep being prepared.
Yeah.
Keep looking out for things to do for your family.
Yeah.
To
getting training.
Right. Training would be a good thing to invest in. Basic things. One of the things we'd like to do is give you guys a little kind of class on starting from scratch and being more prepared.
Right.
Because we think it's still important.
We do. We think it's very important.
Yeah.
So that's going to be what's coming up from us. Be on a watch out for just basic preparedness, starting from nothing.
Right.
And deciding where you want to take that. Yep. Because even if you don't want to take it more than 3 days of food and 3 days of water, right. I still would rather have everybody have that than the people who have nothing.
Right. Anything will help. Yep. And I think that's a good thing to take away is that, anything you do can help you in a situation like that. So don't put your hopes on one person.
Right.
And keep doing what you're doing.
Yep.
And hopefully you'll be better off in the end. Whether things get worse or not, or get better,
right.
You'll still be better off in the end.
Right.
So
thanks for listening to our ramblings. Subscribe to our channel.